I thought to myself, I have to show you how cool this Speedy is on this rubber strap. Now, of course, this is the Mark II, and I shot a video of this yesterday, and I tried to do an unboxing, and with one hand it was a bit tricky, but I did offer up this rubber strap, and I thought to myself, it's going to look so cool. And if I zoom in there you go, look at that. And hopefully you can see the detail on this rubber strap. It's a nice strap anyway, and look at that. And I do apologise, I've probably got my paw prints over the back of that now, but look at that. I mean, one of the things I like about this is the case back. The hippocampus is an interesting thing, but I like what Omega have done you know, with this image and how they've got it. I was going to say, is it printed or stamped? I'm not sure of the manufacturing process, but I can tell you that the quality of it, that case back is fantastic, and it looks like it's no. I was thinking there that it might be positioned in a certain place, but you know, being a screw back, no, it'll be where, you know, the screw ends. But look at that, doesn't it look good? I know it's a bit random showing the back of a watch like that, but it does add to the quality and the feel of a watch. You know, the case back is, you know, it is a big thing. Now, of course, I am a big see-through case back sort of a person as well, but because I sort of know what's under the hood here, and because this is such a pleasant case back, you know, I thought, you know, this is one of the things that drew me to this watch. But look at that. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that you can hopefully see the you know, what it looks like on the rubber there. And what I'm going to do is place it over my bust hand. So my hand here is sort of functioning, but I can't really do much with it. There's no strength. So you know, if I look to be fumbling, it's because I'm, you know, can't do much with it. But look at that. Yeah, you might have look how cool that looks. And what I may do is stop the camera very briefly and then fasten the bracelet. So I don't have a lot of movement in this arm, and in fact I thought to myself, this video is part of my physio, because I'm supposed to be moving my arm and hand as much as I can. It does ache actually, it's quite strange, the human body. To do this, it really does ache. But because I'm, you know, exercising it, I think it's fine. Anyway, look at that. How cool. Look at that strap. I had this strap before, and I thought this Speedy and the case design is going to look so cool. And look at that. Now, my arm is hurting a little bit, so I'm going to stop here and put the watch on my other hand. So, one moment. There you go, so it's on my left hand now. And the interesting thing is, I was a little ambidextrous before I broke my right arm, and I'm feeling more ambidextrous today than I ever have done, because I've had to use my left quite a bit. But there you go. And I'm in I'm in natural light here, and I've got it positioned in a way that I'm hoping to capture the light as it comes through the window. So some of these shots might be better than others, but there you go. And if I zoom in a little more, let me go a little, there you go. Look at that. How cool. Look at that bracelet. I say bracelet, this rubber strap. Now this rubber strap is 20 millimeters at the lug and 16 millimeters at the buckle. And I think, you know, for watches of case size around 40 millimeters. So this is about 42.5, I think. But I think, you know, a watch between 38 millimeters and all the way up to 45 millimeters, 44, I think a 20mm lug strap is fine. Now, of course, it tapers it, and also it flares out a little bit beyond the case there. But I don't know. I thought that looks so good. Look at that. Isn't it cool? I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. And the reason I've got the box here is because I realised that yesterday I didn't open the box and show you a little more of what's inside here. So I'm going to do that now. And because there's a little bit of foam underneath here, and let's see if I can do this on camera without having to switch off. I probably can. There we go. And you know, it's a lovely box, and I think, you know, Omega have done very well. And I kind of like these nice boxes. I know that they are a little bit overkill, or that they could be considered overkill, but I think it does add to that, you know, purchasing experience. And look at that. Now, of course, you know, it normally has you know, the metal bracelet, and here we go. Now, I am a big metal bracelet fan also. Now, this is all I've done here is take it off the watch body, and I haven't I'm not able to take the screws out just yet, but I do have all the tools here, and as soon as I've got some dexterity in my hand, or I'll try with my left hand, I will size this bracelet. But I can tell you that this bracelet is one of the best looking 3-link bracelets I can think of. And look at the manufacturing tolerances there. You know, everything is perfectly smooth. It has this polished side bit that is so super cool, and the clasp works perfectly. Look at that. And of course it has the adjustment mechanism. So I think there's about 10mm of play there. That is so cool. And listen to the clasp. That doesn't. I know that it's a bit ridiculous, but I really like that, the sound of that. And actually, when you press the buckle, you can really hear the quality in the tolerances. It fits so well. And you know, the end pieces here that match the case. You know, I can see the quality of the machining around the end piece there that will go in there. And I will put the watch back on the bracelet as soon as I've got it sized, and I've worn this a little more on the rubber. But that to me is one of the best bracelets in the business. This Omega Speedmaster bracelet is absolutely fantastic. Look at the tolerances there. They are perfect. So I mean, Omega have really done a good job here on machining and producing this bracelet. And I don't know if you know, but making wristwatches and making bracelets like this, this contributes to a large amount of the build cost, actually, because really all the you know, a wristwatch is really the watch head. This thing, the bracelet, is something that some people consider as an additional thing, because you can have a rubber or a leather or metal. But of course, watches that have their bracelet that's integrated into the case, you know, that does become more of the watch. But essentially, the watch is really the watch head, and the bracelet is the additional part. But in my opinion, this bracelet is also part of the aesthetic of the Speedmaster Mark II. And it's also part of the Omega aesthetic as well, because look at that signature, the Omega signature there, and just the clean crispness and the polished edges, and these very simple push buttons here that just do the job. It is so cool. That is a very nice bracelet. Anyway, I turned the box round because what I was trying to do was show you, you know, how nice this box is. Now, if I just put the watch there, Now it came on this pillow, and in actual fact the center part, now I think it's because they may use this when the bracelet is unsized and then pop it onto this pillow when it's sized. So of course I had this unsized, so I have all the links, but that is the pillow, and you know, it feels very nice. But what I didn't do yesterday was lift up this part, because it then displays this little box. Now hopefully I can take this little box out, there we go. And I think and look at that. And you do get a sense of quality here. Now I've got the original, what do you call these, stickers, protector pieces for the bracelet. And there's a little hand tag here, and you know, I quite like these little things. Look at that, it's very cool. And so this thing here does this. Now, I'm assuming that is a little travel case. So you, and also there's a little thing here that you can put your watch around and then pop it in there. So that, you know, that's quite a useful thing. Or I imagine that if your bracelet is sized appropriately, you can put it around this cushion and then put it in there, and then close the box like that. And you know, how cool is that? That's a very sweet travel case. And in fact, what I could do is, so I don't really need that right now. I could pop this watch in just like that. Actually, I would put it on the pillow. But you can see how this sort of works. That's your little travel case. And the size of it, because it's a cube, you might have a couple of these. That's the way my brain works. But look at that. There you go. And what I will do is, let's put this, this back in place. My right arm is killing me actually. But this is all good exercise, and I'm putting it down to, there's a bit of paper inside there. So I might need to, I think I might need to pack this because there's a bit of protection, a bit of paper. Actually, let's see if I can do it like this. So if I put that there, and then offer that up, I won't squish anything, and it should go in nice and tidily. Let me see if I can get this working. There we go. There we go. Look at that. So what I can do is put the hand tag and the stickers back there. Now also there was this little thing, and it's a very nice quality rubberized plastic thing, and this is the little device that you use to set the date, and you press it in there, and that changes the date at 6 o'clock. And you know, these little things are very, very cool. Now that was inside here. I found it yesterday inside that compartment there. So what I will do is actually keep this out, because I will actually use it. So I shall put that over there. But what I'm going to do here is put this cushion back. And because believe it or not, when I've finished filming this, I'm probably going to stash it away because there we go. Have I done that properly? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to stash this away, and the operating in manual I haven't looked at, and I haven't really looked at that. It's got the warranty, but let me see if I can put this back in with my one hand. There we go. Yes. Yeah. There we go. And that comes there, and then that goes over there. I wanted to show the box because, you know, it's part of the I suppose the enjoyment of you know, getting your hands on these watches, and I thought that was such a cool shot there. Look at that. Won't look too good, but let me do it this way. And There we go. I suppose that's a bit of a photo, isn't it? If I put it on this side, you've got the pushers. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. That looks very, very cool. Look at that. Let me zoom in again. Look at that. Photo opportunity. Modelling shot. And once again, and I forgot to mention yesterday, movements. Now, I said it was a value-based ETA 7750. Actually, I didn't say that because I couldn't remember the number configuration. But it's actually a value-based, ETA-based 7753. So that's the origin of the movement. But what essentially Omega have done here is they've ripped out this V6. They've added two more cylinders. They've added 4 more cylinders. They've turned it into a V8. They supercharged it with a coaxial escapement. They've added a twin turbo. They've had a twin turbo in extending its power reserve, because the original power reserve is in the 40s, and I think that's up to 52 now. And then they really, stuck the Brabus badge onto it, and they've provided this silicon hairspring. So this is this is an Omega Speedmaster that they've pulled aside. They've taken the body kit off. They've added a Brabus. And then they've stripped down the engine from a V8 to a V12, and so what you've got here is the Speedmaster, cool brother, with a body kit and a sledge kit added, and it's as cool as it can be. And the fact that I know that all that stuff is inside the engine room here, it does make me happy. I feel pleased about that. I suppose I'm a bit of a geek, and these things are, perhaps they're toys for boys, I don't know. But also, I don't really care either, because it just looks so cool. And, I feel like I'm becoming a bit of an Omega Speedy fan. And I think I've said somewhere that, Omega in the 1970s, and their design aesthetic around the Speedmaster and then the Mark series is just uber cool, and I want to get more images and perhaps make a video about that. And I really think, like what Omega has done here with the Mark II, they've basically taken the original Mark II, they've updated it and thrown it into Brabus, taken the body off. They've ripped out the V6 and they've snuck in a V8 with a turbocharger and a few extra bits. I think they should do that with the Mark III, the Mark IV, the Mark 4.5 and the Mark V. I think it would be such a cool thing that Omega might do. Oh, so I can't say they might do because I have no idea, but I would like them to do that. I think the Omega Speedmaster design aesthetic, and of course, the original Man on the Moon, because this essentially has the Man on the Moon dial language and dial, and but they've for example, in the 70s, their body kits and their styling, they really went to town on that aesthetic. And of course, the Mark III, 4.5, 4 and 5, the functionality is that they are more complicated watches. And if you just Google Speedmaster Mark III, Mark IV, you will see that there's even additional functionality of those watches on the dial, and also they've added a bit of colour that they just look so cool. And I really do need to do a video on the Mark series. But anyway, this is really the Mark II. The Mark II that's had its wheels changed, and it's now on slick tyres. And I thought it's so cool, and I really wanted to show you, how cool it is. And because this arm is aching quite a lot, I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to, right now, say ciao for now. I will come back and talk a bit more. I'm very pleased with this watch. I think Omega is cool. I think The Speedmaster range is cool, and I think this Mark II on these low profile tyres just looks the bee's knees. Anyway, there you go, and speak again soon.